Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Little Town Hero. I'm Saber. In the previous episode, we started and got through the majority of the tutorials. In this episode, I wanted to go through this function, the scrapbook. The scrapbook is the in-game encyclopedia written from Axe's perspective and has information on all characters and monsters that appear. Axe, that's me. I live with my mom. Work at the mines. I want to go outside. That's about it. I need to think of another plan to get out. Nels, my best friend. He's an apprentice at the factory. He likes to invent all sorts of things. He made my shield. Matic, my childhood friends. He likes picking fights with me for some reason. Pasmina says he's a hard worker at the farm, though. Pasmina, my childhood friend. She's the type that tells you to wash your hands before dinner. Nice person, though. On guard, a soldier that comes from the castle. He looks scary, but he's actually nice, although he grumbles a lot. And Ember, Mom. She's a good cook, scarier than a monster when angered. Even the villagers worry about me when I get a scolding. The scrapbook updates quite frequently throughout the game, however there are numerous problems. The first, for some reason, it's only accessible through the main menu. The second, depending on when you look at it, it spoils some things. The third, despite the L and R buttons implying that you can go through character pages, that's only available for certain things, and if you're not checking constantly, information will just be replaced and you'll miss what it says. It's a nice feature that I like in games, just it's very poorly implemented here. So, anyways, back to the game. We had just finished getting trained and was about to go home because Mom was scolding us and I was stalling for time because, oh god, it's time to fight the first boss of the game, our mother. Mom, I'm home. What's for dinner?
You think there's going to be dinner?
Yikes! Here comes the storm.
How dare you hurt that poor gentleman?
I just sort of accidentally...
No excuses.
Gee, she's yelling so loud, it feels as if the ground is shaking. I'm sorry, never again.
You have to learn to...
Huh? Hey, the ground really is shaking. It's an earthquake. Mom, I'm gonna check outside. The logical thing to do when there's an earthquake. Wow, you could almost see that pop in. What the heck is that?
A monster.
Mr. On Guard, I thought you said monsters didn't exist. Impossible! Axe, run! He's gonna fight it! Hey, don't be stupid! Run! I have to do this. It's my fault that On Guard can't fight now. From this point onwards, the battles get serious. If you're not used to playing games that require a lot of strategy, it might be easier to change the difficulty level to easy. There's an easy mode?! No! Okay, this was clearly patched in since I played at launch, and there was no easy mode, so this was clearly patched in. And it's time for our first boss battle against the Hulk Ogre. This is your first real battle with a monster. When you fight a monster, you will find a guts parameter above your hearts. As long as you maintain your guts, damage cannot be inflicted to your hearts. However, your guts will receive the damage you take. Your enemy looks formidable, but you should be fine. Try to protect the village with what you've learned so far. Anyways, I'm going to start by speeding up the footage because, like I said previously, these bosses take a long time and my recording of this boss takes 13 minutes. And I don't think I can talk that long because the Hulk Ogre here is incredibly basic. He is by all accounts the tutorial boss. It's just making sure you grasp the mechanics and it doesn't do anything too dangerous or special. After receiving direct damage, he gains an attack called Fury that will give +2 damage to each of his attacks, as long as it remains. If there is ever a purple aura around a monster's feet, it's a tell to say that they will use their special ability the next turn. The Hulk Ogre's is Angry, which gives him +2 attack to everything. For support in this battle, you have Ember's Entree, which gives you 1 attack and 1 defense to all Dazits, Nels' Solution, which allows you to use 1 random Izzet at no cost, Maddox's Kick, which deals 3 damage to the enemy's body. In this case, it can instantly destroy the Hulk Ogre's guts, or it can be used to deal 1 point of damage to its heart. And finally, there is On Guard's Alez, which deals 2 damage to all enemy Dazits. Additional attacks you can get in this battle by landing on the spaces that have exclamation marks on your map are Sucker Punch and Hard Guard. Sucker Punch has 4 attack and 1 defense, and it has the special ability to cancel all special effects that the enemy has, and if it breaks the Dazit you're attacking, it deals 2 damage to every enemy Dazit. The second attack, Hard Guard, has 2 attack and 7 defense, and gives you 3 guts, however it costs 5 power to use. I actually really like when you go on a space to gain one of these additional attacks. A villager appears and says something, and then that directly or indirectly gives Axe the idea to use. And I just think that's cute. My problem with them is the cost. These ones are incredibly powerful, and in this battle they don't come up because it's over so fast. And I don't even get the full 6 power. That's how badly we steamroll the Hulk Ogre here. Unfortunately, I just remember avoiding them in my first playthrough because of the cost, and them just taking up a slot in my hand if I landed on that space too early, or them just being incredibly situational. It just comes across as one of the things that I think I understand what they were trying to do with giving the player an option if their current cards aren't doing it. But like I just said, they're kind of situational. They're also temporary for the current battle you're in. I think it would have been better if there was an incentive to go to those spaces and then you gained that attack permanently for the rest of the game, but it was just limited to a slot where you could only equip 1 or 2 cards, so your hand isn't full of cards that require 6 power to use. And it would have been a nice way of showing how Axe gained experience with each battle. Since that's kind of how they advertise this game, that you don't need to level grind, and that this was an RPG for busy people and you didn't have to worry about grinding because this would respect the player's time. Citation needed. Or maybe it was only brought up once, since the main advertising point for this game was music composed by Toby Fox. You know, just some guy who made an obscure game about a skeleton in a hoodie and his spaghetti-loving brother. I think there was a flower involved or something. Yes, I know about Undertale, it's a joke. But anyways, I like many of the ideas in this game. It's a bit rough at times, but I think it's a diamond in the rough, and I hope to show it off and what I think makes it great, because I don't think this ever had a chance, since it immediately got dragged in and drowned by controversy surrounding Pokemon Sword and Shield. That's kind of the tragedy of Game Freak, isn't it? That people only care about Pokemon, and their other efforts, and the Gear project, which was intentionally made to help avoid burnout with Pokemon, is ignored, or outright blamed for the problems that Pokemon is facing. I do remember seeing people say that this was a waste of resources that should have been allocated to Pokemon instead. I mean, sure, I guess, if you wanted Sword and Shield to be even worse. Just saying, you ever suffer through burnout and try to shit something out? You hate it and it sucks. While Pokemon is their bread and butter, you need something else such as a passion project, so you can work on something and have that change of pace. And personally, I like seeing their other efforts, such as Pulseman, Drill Dozer, Harmonite, and I wish there was more, and I like the idea of the Gear Project incentive, allowing others to work on pet projects like Little Town Hero. I still need to play Giga Wrecker and Tembo the Badass Elephant. I didn't really want to talk too much about Sword and Shield right now, to be honest, but I guess unfortunately that's probably going to be intertwined with this Let's Play, due to both Game Freak and my own fault. As of recording this, I haven't posted the first episode on YouTube yet, but I am thinking of calling it Let's Play Little Town Hero Episode 1, the best game Game Freak released in 2019. Because, unfortunately, you need that clickbait title. I'm kind of honestly fearing that blowback, but on the other hand, that would actually require people to watch it. I honestly really hate business YouTube so much, and how much the algorithm forces you to do stupid things such as that title or the awful thumbnails for growth. Can't dedicate 24/7 to your channel?
You don't deserve any views.
Weren't on the platform 10 years ago before we set up everything to be incredibly difficult and hostile to anyone new?
Fuck you.
Well, good thing YouTube isn't my bread and butter, because I'd be dead by now. I guess to talk about the video and the footage briefly, coming up is my major mistake during this battle. Because I completely decimated the Hulk Ogre and didn't actually get any BP, I was forced to take multiple hits in order to reset the deck. So just a reason why rushing through the fight is not always a good idea. But still, Hulk Ogre, you're such a basic bitch! The only reason you actually hurt me was because I let you hurt me. I don't even know how easy mode can make you easier. So I actually looked that up. Credit goes to GB Aura Recharged on the Little Town Hero Reddit, who documented the changes. Because, patch notes, what are those? The main change is that Guts, the shield, is reduced for the second and third heart. So for Hulk Ogre here, he doesn't have any Guts on the second heart and only 2 Guts on the third heart. While on hard, it resets to what it was for the first one. The attack and defense of all Dazits stays the same, but what changes is the status Dazits. The ability Fury that has appeared when he was damaged now only appears on the last heart for the purple aura. So basically, easy mode does sound pretty good, and it seems to reduce some of the boss's bullshit. As for how this will affect this Let's Play, it won't. I will play in the hard difficulty, partly because I played at launch and did it before, so I know I can do it. And only 2 bosses actually gave me any real issues. I want to say the 4th boss and the 8th boss. And also because, to allow you to peek behind the curtain a little bit, as of this recording for editing, I have recorded up to the 3rd boss. But I do recommend easy mode if you want to experience this game's story. Or watch this Let's Play. Yeah, let's get that shameless self-promotion in on this video that you're currently watching, and you wouldn't be able to see otherwise. I didn't think this through. Anyways, it's now time for the Hulk Ogre's final turn alive, and he probably lives for far longer than I actually should have allowed him to, mainly because I just take a while to go through my own movements. Oops. Oh well. Anyways, Improvise is one of my favorite cards to use in this game. It's incredibly powerful for its 1 cost. It allows you to choose from 3 random cards, and that makes it incredibly versatile for any situation. It can pull off some incredibly clutch moments. It's just always nice to have that Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist bullshit luck on your side, and being able to pull the 1 card you need. Yep, just gotta call upon the heart of the cards there. I haven't played any of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games, but I've heard through the grapevine, and by grapevine I mean too much TV tropes browsing, that's apparently a mechanic in some of them, that you have a favorite card and can set that to appear when using a power, or when you're about to lose. That's kind of funny to me actually. Protagonist power, activate! And actually doing some of that mentioned TV tropes browsing when I should be editing, that mechanic is called Destiny Draw, and it's in the Tag Force series. Anyways, Hulk Ogre, this match is over! Actually, the little symbol for rush is actually making me think that Axe just closes his eyes and rushes forward while swinging his arms blindly. Which is quite different from the animation that's playing out on screen, but they only have like 4 animations, so oh well. But they're very high quality animations, and that's what's important, isn't it? And that is the first boss complete. I think we beat it. So, that was a monster?
It certainly was. I suppose that means that my mission is real after all. Axe, well done.
Well, he's not bad, I guess. I'm just still as tough. You're good, but I'm better. Then you can fight the next one. Huh?
Is everyone alright?
Huh? Someone's coming. So this is a monster. To think they really exist. It's not moving. Is it dead? Ah, the researchers from the castle. Sir on guard, incredible work. We're amazed you were able to defeat a monster like this. Well, haha, yes, I mean... We must take the body back to the castle for further research. And please everyone, don't worry. Sir on guard the Powerful will protect you all. Good day. Ellipses. The adventure I hoped for never began. Instead, strange things started to happen in my village.
Chapter 1. End.